It's like meeting somebody in the airport and having sex in there or something.
Yeah.
Which I've heard has happened. You guys travel a lot. Is there any way to meet someone at an airport and have sex at an airport? I read this shit on the internet.
Absolutely. Sky Harbor in Terminal 4, right in the middle between.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying there's a
Go on.
handicap bathroom.
Oh, God.
That is the largest bathroom ever, and it has like a couch in it.
So you've been in there.
I have been in there.
For what reason?
Scouting. I went in there because I travel a lot, and when I went in, I was like, hey, things that could happen here. I have had sex in the LAX airport.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the #1 sugar dating podcast in Great Britain and the rest of the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad. And Vivian,
Yes.
the oh so shocking stories
The shocking.
of sugar dating. But we're going to get to you in a minute. Hey, Lily, what's up?
Yo,
Yo, how are you?
I'm all fired up today.
You are?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm excited about our Patreon. Is that how you say it?
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
All right. Well, first, before we get going, got to thank Pod Populi for this beautiful studio we were going to record in Old Town Scottsdale. And if you have something to say and you want to have your own podcast, go to podpopuli.com and look for a location near you. It's a lot of fun, and you can talk about whatever you want, whatever you think the world needs to hear. Right, Vivian?
Exactly.
And second of all, if you haven't done it, please go to our website, click on survey. Our friend Maria Scaptura is doing her PhD on sugar dating, and they're gathering all kinds of statistics. And we heard there's been a great response.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've been talking to Maria?
Yeah, so lots and lots of people have contacted her, but she still needs more, and she's paid for this.
Did you ask her about coming on our show?
No, but we need to,
Yeah.
especially after she gets everything compiled.
You should assign someone to do that, to contact her.
Yeah, Lily.
Have you met her?
I have not met her. I've talked to her on the phone. I did the interview.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so just go to our website, Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, press survey, or there's like a little picture there. You can press on it. You can do the online survey, which is a couple minutes, and then we'd encourage you to do the in-phone interview.
Have you two lovebirds done the survey?
Oh, yeah. Kev's here, too.
Oh, hey,
you
Kev.
guys didn't know I was here.
Surprise.
Yes. Like a blue angel sneaking
Yeah.
up on you.
Was there anything else we need? I mean, the party deadline's already passed, and we are going to have more, but boy, this thing is going to be a blast. Vivian's going to help us with the party planning.
I know.
Did you guys do the survey? You
No,
avoided the question.
I have not done the survey.
I have not done the survey. I will do it today.
It
I
literally
promise
takes 2 minutes.
you. Promise
Yeah.
you.
Get it
And then
done.
give her a call sometime when you have time. I know time is not one of your commodities right now. But when you do have like 15, 20 minutes to visit with her,
Yeah.
she needs statistics and data.
I love statistics.
At the end of the report, what if it cast disparaging light on sugar daddies? And then I'd feel terrible that I
Well-
contributed to.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to
Yeah.
feel terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have been traveling and you're back in town. So we grabbed you. We weren't even scheduled to record today with you two. I've got another guest that we're going to record with.
Yeah.
So we snuck you in.
Thank you.
I heard the next one is coming to the party.
Yeah. She was actually the very first person to apply for,
Mm.
and so, I mean, that's an automatic.
Yeah.
That is a fan right there.
Yep.
So we're,
Is she going to be strolling in here as we're leaving?
yeah.
Okay,
and,
we get to meet her
Yeah,
shortly.
we're gonna have to go
Excellent.
long.
and I'm probably going to hear these words. Wow, that Kevin is not what I expected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about having alternate individuals for the actual event
Mm-hmm.
to be us, you know,
Oh.
Vivian.
Yeah. Right.
Body
picked
doubles.
Yeah.
Body doubles just to see and then
Just to
come
freak
in.
people out?
Just to freak people out completely because, you know.
Vivian's Peruvian?
Yeah.
What? I thought they said Polish princess. No.
I had a really fun Peruvian encounter when was that? I think it was last year. It was during the World Series of Poker when I was driving home from Vegas. So I busted out of this tournament, and it was like Sunday at 12 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, basically.
Yeah.
I've got work the next day. My guys are starting at 6 a.m. It's a 4.5-hour drive home from Vegas. So I'm leaving Vegas. I'm going to pull an all-nighter. I got to get home. And I've already played poker all day long, so I'm kind of tired. And I start talking to this girl on Seeking, and she had something about being Peruvian in her profile. It's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what are you doing up? She's like, oh, I just can't sleep. So she tells me where she lives, and it's like on my way home. Like once I get to Phoenix, it's actually on my way. It's like 2 minutes off the road. You know where this is going.
Yep.
So at 5
2 minutes to her house and 2 minutes in the sack.
So yeah, it was about 4:30 a.m., 4:45. I roll up to her apartment, and I've never met this girl. And I'm just going,
Wow.
What kind of fucked up trap am I walking into? Why are you doing this? YOLO.
Yeah, you went for it.
How'd it go?
It went amazingly well. I
Yeah,
was so nervous, though. Like, I'm in this parking lot, and I'm like, I'm here. And she's like, oh, okay. I'm going to open up the back gate because she had a front and a back entrance on her apartment where she lived, or a condo. So I go open the back gate, and it's really dark inside. She goes, here, just follow me upstairs. I'm following it like through this.
Oh my
God.
God, dude.
There's not a brother or boyfriend with a baseball bat
I know.
hiding.
I was just caution to the wind, but she was gorgeous. I mean, as advertised, looked just like her pictures. Sat on the bed for about 5 minutes, got to know each other, and then we just got.
And
to
Marcus
business.
was out of there by 5 a.m.
I gotta get to work.
Yeah. So about 5:45, I left, going, "Wow, I can't believe that went that well."
Yeah. So you busted twice.
Did you see
I
her
don't think
again?
so. Yeah, so I did see her again. But the crazy thing is, so she was going down to Mexico, to Rocky Point or whatever, for a vacation right after that. And then something happened, and she asked me if I could send her. It was only a few $100, and I was like, I don't know what happened. So I sent it to her. And I never heard from her again.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I never heard. And I tried to contact her a few times, and nothing. She got kidnapped.
Oh, God.
Like literally got kidnapped. And she was able to escape, but this was back here in Arizona.
She got kidnapped in Arizona?
Yeah. So when she got back, something happened. Somebody was staking her apartment or something. And when she went to leave, they kidnapped her. And she was actually able to escape on the freeway, right? I think under the I-10 bridge, right there in
Wow.
Central Phoenix. She tells me this whole fucked up story because we reconnected. I saw her back on Seeking like a year later. And I'm like, hey, where the hell did you go? I've been trying to contact you. She goes, you're not going to believe it. And she was at like a relative's party that night, and she invited me over, and again, throws caution to the wind. And I went to the party, and it was fun. We just played games and drinking games, and just, what was it? It was a uncle of hers. He was gay, and he actually had his husband there, who was a school teacher, like a principal.
Mm-hmm.
He was a principal of an elementary school. So I walk into this house in kind of West Phoenix. But anyway, it was fine. We had fun. And then we left. We were going to go to the casino and get a room at like 4 a.m. But something happened. I don't remember. Anyway, we ended up you know where we spent the night? Lily, at your house.
Oh, dear God.
Lily wasn't there. So
Is it before I lived here?
No, you were living with, I think, Scorpio at the time.
You banged in my house without permission?
No, but what happened is we went over there, and then we just never did anything sexually. We just fell asleep.
Sure.
Why would I lie?
That's how that bed got broken.
So
Now I know.
No, she got really, as I got to know her more, I wasn't digging her.
Yeah.
The chemistry wasn't there.
Plus
Trifold.
So we have come up with a new definition. We like to enhance the watermelon.
Oh,
We're redefining those terms.
Oh,
We had
you
to
are?
make some adjustments on this. We
Yeah.
decided.
so if you didn't catch their last episode, I think it was titled "Sugar Dating Your Boss" or something like that. What was it titled?
Something like that.
Something like that. And that episode got a lot of downloads.
Did it?
And the watermelon part was really popular. We made a
Right.
reel out of it.
Yeah.
It's on Instagram. It's really good.
Well, watermelon still is right, but we've now gone more granular, and the new term is a trifold, which relates to a brochure that you pick up. It looks interesting. You look at it. You use it for what you need it for, and then you either put it back where it was or throw it in the garbage. But you never go back to a trifold. There's no trifold on your desk when you're cleaning up your desk. Oh, here's a trifold from here. Once you read a trifold, you're done. You don't want it anymore at all. A watermelon, you will go back to if someone could at least...
Right. Make the effort.
Yeah, if someone makes the effort with a watermelon, you'd be like, I'd love to see this person, but they have to...
So when did this analogy pop into your mind?
Last week or 2 weeks ago?
And you're like...
When I was making trifolds.
We were making trifolds for work.
Yeah.
And we thought, that is an excellent point. And I don't know which one of us connected it. And we just started talking about it.
I hate trifolds. And for this thing we're putting on, they're like, you're going to need a lot of trifolds. I'm like, no one likes trifolds. So you spend a lot of money printing these trifolds. And sure enough, there's all these trifolds left over. I'm like, this is such a waste. And then I start to use my mind. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. You pick it up, you read it, you put it down. There's nothing, you don't enjoy it. And you'll never go back to the trifold. Let me reread that.
Right.
Never.
Exactly. So there's trifolds and there's watermelons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much objectification.
Yeah.
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 But we're clarifying it at least.
Yeah.
We're
defining
At
it.
least people
You're
know.
own-
So
You're
she was
owning it.
she was a trifold where first you thought she was a watermelon and then you went back and then she became a trifold. You're like, you know what?
Well, I felt
for
bad
me.
because she got sexually assaulted during this kidnapping. And then I don't know. I just, after she told me the whole story and how it just damaged her and she was in therapy now and all this, and I'm like, I don't think I could bang you right now.
You can't make it.
I just didn't want to even go there.
Plus, that first experience is so hot that
That
you're
first
not gonna,
experience was one of those
I gotta top
crazy
that,
moments.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like meeting somebody in the airport and having sex in there or something.
Yeah.
Which I've heard has happened. You guys travel a lot. Is there any way to meet someone at an airport and have sex at an airport? I read this shit on the internet.
Absolutely. Sky Harbor in Terminal 4, right in the middle between.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying there's a
Go on.
handicap bathroom.
Oh, God.
That is the largest bathroom ever, and it has like a couch in it.
So you've been in there.
I have been in there.
For what reason?
Scouting. No, I went in there because I travel a lot, and when I went in, I was like, hey, things that could happen here. I have had sex in the LAX airport.
No way.
Yeah. And I have a baby named Baby
No, he does not.
Baby Lax.
Wait.
He does not.
No, that's a longer
Was it
story.
with Vivian or somebody else?
No, it's
Someone
somebody
else.
Yeah.
Was it with somebody, a random stranger?
No, a person I worked with
Okay.
before. Yeah.
Wow.
He likes to bang people he works with.
Well, there's a better way to vet them.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So how is that going now? You guys have been together for how many months?
No. What was the date? Did we ever figure out? June?
No, we haven't
June
figured it
something.
out.
I don't know. June.
Slackers.
I mean, put a number
So
on it.
4 months.
Sure.
Yeah,
All right, so
4 months.
you guys have officially been together for 4 months.
Uh-huh.
And how is
It's
it?
going great.
Still?
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget it because we didn't mention the last one. There was a few weeks ago, he came twice in a half hour. And right after he goes, Domino's couldn't come twice in a half hour. And I was like, that is a podcast joke that I need to say. I was so proud.
I mean, like we travel a lot, but then last weekend we went to Nashville to just, after all this work stuff, we're like, let's go to Nashville.
Oh, was that a pleasure trip?
Yeah, so we went to Nashville
Oh.
for 3 days.
Before that, we went to Vegas.
And then we went to Vegas.
Yeah, went to
But
Vegas.
Vegas was for work?
No.
No.
That was for pleasure too?
Pleasure.
Oh, that's right, because you went and saw the concert.
I saw David Spade.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Her
took me.
dreamboat.
Her
Yeah.
dream comedian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he was looking, we sat right in the front, but he was definitely looking down
Mm-hmm.
at her. There was another girl next
Well,
to
did you wear something revealing like you got on today?
It was,
Like-
yes, it was more revealing than this.
Yeah.
I sent you photos. The blue
Oh,
dress.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very provocative. So,
And you don't mind, Kevin, her wearing
no.
her
no. Listen,
tatas or...
if there's a long line at my restaurant, I'm happy.
So how was Nashville?
It was great.
Have you ever been there?
I've only been as a teen and I didn't really experience it. I just kind of drove through and stayed a couple nights, but it was great. I loved it. I'd go back definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we did the full circuit, which is unstructured, whatever you want, and then go out, day drink, hook up, nap,
Yeah.
sleep, then go eat, then drink, whatever you wanted to do.
How
So,
long were you guys there?
3 nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I spent 2 weeks there. I was opening a restaurant, and so I didn't have a lot of free time. But I did take 1 or 2 nights to go kind of downtown and walk amongst the country bars.
Yeah, and what, man, there are a
experience
lot
little
of,
bit.
I hate to objectify, but a lot of little sluts down there. All the bridal parties.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just droves of women down there.
More than you see in Old Town Scottsdale?
We were discussing this. Yes and no. It's a difference.
Yeah.
Old Town is, here is kind of known for the sugar baby world, I'd say. And there's certain look. There's a lot of more country, and then combined with maybe some business women and different mixes that are there for conferences, and then they're all going out in a little gang. So it's like a lot of groups of women. But then obviously the bachelorette parties we're talking about, the bridesmaids, they're sad. Their friends are getting married, So I feel like
Those
that would've been
country
easier.
girls like to get Western.
Yeah.
It's a target-rich environment.
Yes, I would say that.
Yeah.
There's
And then,
a lot of trifolds.
And on the weekend, too, the weekend is full of bridal parties. And then starting Monday, it's trade shows for usually medical insurance of some kind. And there's just thousands of people coming to cut loose in Nashville. So I think the weekday is probably better.
Mm-hmm. We had a really good time.
Well, Arizona is starting to be a hotbed this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
All my Airbnbs are just booked solid, almost to the end of the year already. And you're just seeing the town swell. And lots of people wearing little badges and name tags.
Actually, like your Peruvian story, I was telling Vivian that one time I was in Nashville with clients and I met a girl out and, talking, drinking. And she's like, do you want to come back to my hotel? And we went back, we hooked up. And then she was like making the bed like we were going to go to sleep. I was like, well, I'm going to go back out with my friends. And she was appalled, of course. So I went back out with my friends and then we went to another bar. And I was like, there's a 90% certainty that I could hook up with this other girl, which would be two girls.
Oh.
I was like, I just can't do it. I'm too tired. Too tired.
I'm just like, no.
I'm so disappointed and ashamed right now.
Yeah.
This is not the Kev that we know and love.
I know. I was also surprised.
But then I did go back with another girl to Nashville that we stayed in a hotel we've never stayed in. But it turns out the girl that I hooked up with, it was in that hotel, so I was familiar with the room. And I was like, oh, yeah, the fridge is in this thing and this. And she was like, how do you know this? I'm like, and then it hit me why I've been in this hotel before. I was like, oh, right. Let's just, talk your way out of it. But Nashville's great.
It's typical of this chain of hotels.
Yeah, it's
they all have the same layout.
all the Omnis do this.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful, unique hotel.
So how is business?
Business is booming.
Yeah?
Yeah, super busy, growth.
Yeah.
A lot more hiring, so that's good.
That is good.
Think of all the sugar babies that'll get jobs.
Yeah?
No.
Possibly.
Well, maybe you need an assistant, don't you?
Yeah, at least one.
Your assistant needs an assistant?
Possibly.
No, she's her own.
I'm my own.
She does far more work than I do.
Yeah.
All my customers reach out to her direct because they're all hypnotized. The term we use now is from that movie. What's the movie where it's full retard? Don't go full retard.
Oh.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were walking on the airplane and two guys were in business class looking, and I was behind her walking, and I saw them. Their brains just reset. And I go, oh, look, that's it. That's what they're doing. This is like that movie. They can't control themselves. So all my clients are finding excuses to talk to her.
Vivian, do you notice this?
I do. I don't want to say like all the time. Sometimes I just think, but I did have, so I've been dealing with probably a mix of 50 different companies and clients over the last few months, and I have not physically met most of them, So I met them a couple weeks ago for the first time, interacting and designing this event, and because it's an event essentially. So telling them where to place the products and where to bring items in. And I had more than a few that were very shocked at who they've been talking to and emailing that it was me. They were just, hello, or they'd walk up and be like, hi, can I help you? And I'm like, hi, I'm the one running this. Do you need a forklift? Like, what do you need? Like to run it. And that was pretty interesting. And then sometimes it gets in the way of work because they linger, or pop up. A few times I was around Kev during the event and
they're popping up.
Yeah. They started
Quite
popping
literally.
up.
I stood around to listen to the conversations they want to have with her that are not serious conversations, but they're pretending like they are just because they can have more time with her.
Yeah.
You've been doing this quite a while now, haven't you? She's like, 2 months. I'm like, hey, bro.
Short answer.
It's like flies. Get out of here. I got to talk about something
So
serious.
how does it make you feel when people...
Of course it's flattering, you know, and sometimes it gets annoying just because I am focused or work, I'm excited about the productivity or my work. So sometimes it gets annoying with that, but it does make me feel good that at least like I probably do a good enough job where I don't rely on my looks,
You ever thought about dressing down?
Oh yeah, no, that's no.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I don't look like this when I go in.
She's
you know,
just
I'm
as hot in business attire.
yeah, I'm business
She is,
attire. I wear
yeah.
a turtleneck and whatnot. You know, and I try and dress down more so when I get dialed up, it's more of an impact. You know,
I think the only thing that would work would be a burqa. Then they wouldn't hit on you, but anything she wears, people hit on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty cold a couple days too, and I was really covered up, and I still had a lot of attention.
But
which
Kevin, you enjoy having a girl that gets all
Yeah,
that
of course.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, from the female perspective, if you said, well, do you like all this attention? You get hit on all the time. Well, then if I said, okay, well, here's a scenario. No one hits on you ever. Then it's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, right. It's better to be hit on than not hit on. Yeah.
But it's got to make you feel
Now, listen.
10 feet tall.
Yeah.
10 feet tall, certainly, yeah. But no one knows our dynamic, right? That's the best
Right.
part.
Right.
Yeah, so,
Right. So that's what's fun about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a secret.
Because you know who she's going to end up
Yeah, totally.
with at the end of the night.
So I do a lot of scenarios with her to figure out what's going on. So the scenario that I came up with is that when guys look at her, they see a toaster, right? They show up with bread and say, oh, toaster needs bread. And they're like, hey, bread. It doesn't work because she's not a toaster. She looks like a toaster, but she's an aquarium. And so
it's my favorite analogy of this.
and people are walking up saying, hey, you want some bread for that toaster? And she's like, fuck off. You're annoying. These are so annoying. But if only they knew that
I'm an
if they
aquarium.
approached in the right way, but they get so...
It's so accurate too.
So they go so nuts.
Because they'll go, there's only so many set ways in which they approach me. And I'm like, I'm not that. No, thank you. Goodbye. You know?
Like every guy that hits on her, this comes from the wrong approach. They're the ones that don't work.
All right. What would be the right approach? Kevin?
Kev, go on.
Well, I'm not going to say it on air.
You don't want to.
Say
No,
it
you
on
gotta
air.
You got to
The key
go
to the vault.
intellectual. You got to
You
go
gotta-
intellectual. You got to go comedy. Now, see, I feel like I'm passing the secrets up. Like,
Yeah.
It depends on the girl. I mean, I'm sure it depends on the girl, but I will say there's a vast majority of men that would think that I'm one way. And then when they get to know me, they're like, no, she's completely the other way and wouldn't know.
You know what kills me is that how women on Seeking, all they think they have to do is say hi or
Right.
hello.
Yeah.
But then they expect the guys, oh, he's got to be funny. He's got to be smart. He's got to be successful. He's got to come to me with this conversation, or I'm just going to, I don't want to hear it, or whatever. I'm not even going to notice this person. But then all they do is like, hey,
no.
hi.
And when you start out, you kind of put up with that. But there was a time I was driving in a car with a girl, and I call it putting on a radio show where you're doing all the talking. It's an interview.
Yeah.
So, are you from here? So, and they're giving you one-word answers. And finally, I was like, just so you know, you need to talk to. Like, you need to poke.
Yeah.
And if this is a one-way conversation, I'll just let you out.
Right?
You can go on your own. you
Yeah.
know. But I think that's kind of a younger crowd. Not always, but younger crowd is usually not.
Well, I see even a lot of profiles, and they don't have anything written in there. They just think I can post 5 hot pictures, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
And you know what? The problem is, usually it is good enough.
Yeah,
Right.
it is. Yeah.
For
Well,
all
it
those
is.
thirsty,
Any man of
thirsty
mine,
guys out
Shania
there.
Twain.
Yeah.
You got to work for it.
Sean would take that.
Sean would.
Yeah.
So what's up with Sean?
Oh, man, that's such a deep question. We saw him yesterday.
Yeah, we
Now,
saw.
if you guys don't remember, we'll reflect. Sean was on the show one time, but it was one time, right?
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. I don't remember what episode was it, but he came up with the formula.
The PPM formula.
The PPM formula that's absolutely ridiculous.
But I've revised it since, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the price that you would pay for a steak.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, or not a steak. One entree
One entree. Yeah.
times 10.
Yeah.
That's
Now, it's been a while. Why don't you remind us of that? I do remember this.
so obviously this ties in geographic location, which is what I like about this new algorithm we're coming up with.
Yeah.
Right? That you could be in LA and a steak would be $200, or one entree could be $200 times 10. That's $2,000, right? But you could be in Omaha, Nebraska, where a steak is $30 times 10. That's $300.
So that should equate to your pay per meet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then I thought, okay, so basically it's not necessarily the steak, but the most, if there's one entree on that menu, that's the most expensive one, and they order it, and you're like, yeah, I think that's fair, right? $100 entree in Omaha, Nebraska doesn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah. But in LA, it would make sense.
Yeah.
And that depends on the person sitting across from you. She could be so hot that you're like, yes, I will definitely pay $100
Yeah.
in
So
Omaha.
so I might go out to eat with somebody and they say, hey, can I have the $80 ribeye? And you're like, fuck no.
Right.
But then there's somebody else that might be sitting across from me, and I'm like, 80. You could have the $180 Wagyu.
Yes. And then you multiply that times 10.
Okay.
And that's your number.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's what it is. Right?
I mean, you know,
These men.
someone's got to say something first, right? Like,
I love the statistics.
Yeah.
Just the numbers and the stats.
yeah.
All
Wait
right,
till
so-
AI comes online.
So get us caught up with Sean real quick because I haven't
Okay,
talked to him in a
so
while.
Sean, he's been microdosing mushrooms.
Yeah.
So he's much better psychologically. As I said before that, he would just be holed up finishing the internet. He just, every Netflix thing that comes out, and there's 7 seasons, he's just watched it back to back to back. So now he likes,
Who has time for that?
he does.
Wow.
So now he's out and about more. He's into pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
He pops by randomly. I think, also
Now, is he still on Seeking?
hard to say. I think he is, but I think his technique is what I would call the drafter. He just drafts behind people. Well, kind of like I did for you for a long time. You draft behind them, and then, like he'd say to Vivian, do you have a sister? Do you have any friends like you?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got to go out in the world and do the work and find people. Like the hardest working person here, Lily, you're in a good spot, but you screening. Whereas like Sean doesn't meet anybody.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't make the effort.
Yeah, doesn't make the effort.
Where Lily was going out with almost every guy that would contact her because she wanted to see if that
Yeah.
guy's
Yeah, FOMO.
chemistry.
You're ground truthing.
Yeah.
It might be my person.
Right. She didn't want to miss out on her person.
I was scared of missing out on my person.
I get that. When I was on Bumble and Hinge, I dated a lot of people in a row. Like sometimes lunch and dinner, just meeting, but it was different, obviously.
You know, Bumble and Hinge merge now?
Really?
Yeah, it's binge.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Just stop.
Remember that? What was the,
I
what
love
was the
it.
joke we had lined up for you? Oh, yeah.
What?
I want to know if you guys have ever encountered anyone with a pear ring. Do you know what that is? A pear ring?
No.
No.
We've had a couple guests who've had them, and
I just thought because you travel a lot, maybe. So what
is
it is, it's like a turquoise ring. It's just a plastic ring. And if you wear it, it is an
Single and
indication.
ready to mingle.
Yeah, it's an indication that you're single and you're open to
somebody come
meeting
to talk to you
people
and hit on you.
in the wild.
Ah,
No, I think
interesting.
that's brilliant. I think we
Yeah.
should have them for introverts and extroverts, or I'm not a hugger. You know, I would love to have little coded ring
Well, what
colors.
was funny was
I want to make one for sugar dating.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
a little pink one with like a little
Yeah.
Well,
rhinestone.
You got 10 fingers, so whatever finger you
Yeah.
put it on, that's...
Like the
you know.
gays have handkerchiefs.
Yeah.
We have little plastic little rings. That what are they made of? Plastic, you said? Or silicone? What is it?
It's like silicone. Yeah.
or
It's like a
something.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
silicone.
But remember
Very
what was
simple.
funny was Elena said that she went to a meetup, or no, it was our sugar mama guest,
Nancy.
Nancy. Yeah, the episode came out a few weeks ago. She went to a mixer, a pair ring mixer, where everybody had the pair rings, and she said the problem was a lot of introverted men who are in tech and online stuff, IT type jobs, were wearing them, and so they still just sat in the corner, and the women still had to walk up to them,
Well,
which
yeah.
they were fine with, but they're just not used to venturing out.
I just see a room with 100 guys wearing the rings, and one girl puts one on, and then the flies show up flocking around her.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a clever. I mean, you're right. The gay community has handkerchiefs and different
Yeah.
color handkerchiefs in your pocket.
Yeah.
Mean different things.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know from our listeners. We're kind of at a point where we want to start doing some merch, but merch is tricky for this particular podcast because I'm certainly not wearing a shirt out in public or carrying a keychain or anything else that says Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Right.
So I'm working on some more subtle ideas, but I want ideas from our listeners of, would you wear something like that? Or what would you want? What's something that we could have as merchandise that you would really...
Listen, you just nailed
want
it.
to
The sugar ring.
We're
That's
definitely going to do that.
You wear that,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but would men wear a pink ring to indicate that...
No, just the girls wear it. The guys will know. Those that know.
right? It's almost like
If you know, you know.
It's almost like, yeah, if you know, you know. I love that. I think it's almost like if you had a very simple, like, the OnlyFans kind of has its own symbol, you know?
Yeah.
If you had the logo like that, like a very simplistic design.
In our logo, we have this cute red-haired pop art with the
Right.
That's what I'm going to use for my shirt idea.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe just that logo without any words or anything, like, with her finger over her mouth.
Right.
As kind of our, if you know, you know.
Right.
Right. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out, because I know our listener in New Jersey is wanting to do all this stuff with the show and this merchandise. But again, nobody's going to buy it because it's kind of an underground society.
Right.
Yeah, you guys bounce us some ideas. Email us or message us on Insta. Bounce some ideas our way of things you would like to see
Yeah.
in support of our endeavors.
We're building a nice little community. We've got a following that's just growing like a snowball rolling downhill. And it's just, we're starting to get a lot of traction, and it would be nice. Because even I was contacted today on Instagram by a girl just outside of London, and she's like, oh my God, there's nothing like that around here. There's no community. Do you know anybody that I can just hang out with and talk about the lifestyle with? But I don't. I'm not familiar with that area. But here, we've got kind of a family, a group. Even on our Instagram, we get people that I don't even know are messaging me all the time with scenarios and, hey, this happened to me. What do you think about this? Because they know they can bounce ideas off of me.
Yeah, we just had a girl message us and she said, this is really unusual for me, but I think I might be becoming a sugar baby for some sugar daddy's sugar baby.
Oh, really?
So she was the sugar baby's sugar baby.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
I thought she said her sugar daddy is going to get her a sugar baby.
I don't think so.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
that scenario was proposed to us, and I was like, wow, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah. Well, you're the innovator
So
here.
I had
That's kinda
questions.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Right?
have questions.
Getting
That's
your
very
sugar
interesting.
baby,
Yeah.
another sugar baby.
Right. But then it's also the dominance factor, right? Like, it's like, no, you take care of that. You get to feel the experience.
Well, I know Amy. Amy had a sugar daddy who's a big fan of the show, and we'll shout out to him. Amy likes to go both ways, and he was scouting out girls for her,
Yeah.
sugar babies for Amy.
Interesting.
Oh, look at Vivian's face. All of a
What was
sudden.
your last messages on Seeking?
Oh, yeah. I'm working the same angle.
Yeah,
I feel like I have to expose all my secrets here.
yeah. Well,
This is my insider.
I mean, you don't have to.
No, go ahead. No, I reach out. So, it's part of the conversations on Seeking are like, they're part real, but they're also part like clowning sometimes.
okay.
So I go, hey, they have a standard. I hate exposing my secrets, but I have this opening line. My girlfriend implored me to reach out to you, right? Then they're like, oh, that's so great, And then the one girl's like, I'm not bi, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, she doesn't want to be involved. She just wants to watch.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got two of those.
Voyeurism.
And then
Wait.
one was like, I don't feel comfortable with that. And the other one was like, well, hey now, okay. I'm like,
real?
Hey,
Yeah,
now.
you never know what kind of response you're going
Right.
to get.
that's the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember that formula, that Word document that person sent you?
Oh, the
screener?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that somewhere.
Yeah. He had
He emailed it to me.
a 5-page list
Dear
of questions
God.
about sexual preferences and whatever.
Oh, that's
Very
right.
detailed.
One hand, it was super creepy, but on another hand, I was like, well, this guy,
Very thorough.
yeah, he's doing some screening.
Yeah. Okay, here's the message. She said, I might be starting an arrangement where I'm the sugar baby for a guy's sugar baby.
Oh, okay.
Would love to chat about any stories you've heard about this type of thing. And I was like, I've never heard of this. Is the other sugar baby bi? Are you going to play sexually, or are you just her companion when the sugar daddy's busy? I have so many questions. She said, I'm meeting her for the first time this Saturday. They're polyamorous, and I'm encouraged by the sugar daddy to both be best friends and possibly hook up if we feel the chemistry. I'm super queer, and she's beautiful, so I'm thrilled. And yeah, she's bi.
Well, there you go.
Invite them to Scottsdale.
Interesting
All of
scenario, huh?
I don't know where she's from. But yeah.
That's really interesting. Do you ever consider posting on Instagram or your website like some of these messages? Because you send them within our internal little family group we have here.
Yeah, I know. I show you guys.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, not putting the names or whatnot, but just because it is so interesting to hear those.
Well, a
and
lot
see
of
what they
times I
say.
do it with my extra sugars, but the girl that's taken over a lot of the Instagram videos and stuff, she's starting a subreddit,
Oh,
Secrets of a Sugar Daddy subreddit in the sugar dating forums.
okay.
I think she is just getting that formulated, and we're going to be admins on that. So you'll be able to go on to our subreddit and pose questions and scenarios. And
Oh, that's
and, yeah,
interesting.
I think that'll be cool because Reddit actually, I mean, I don't know why. I've been doing this podcast for a while now, but I'm just now getting into the Reddit stuff, and they're great.
Yeah, Reddit.
There's a lot of great scenarios people put up, and one girl even posted today, "Hey, is this a red flag?" And everybody was telling her, "That's a red log hitting you in the face. What are you doing?"
Reddit is a knife
Yeah.
fight.
I know.
Let me see what's.
Who is this girl?
So that's the sugar baby for the
Right.
sugar baby.
So they're showing her photo. They're passing
And
around
Well,
photos.
At one point, she was redheaded, but she's not now. She has
She's
long.
redhead.
She has long dark hair now. That's an old picture.
Yeah,
of
but
her
I'm
and-
I'm
me
very
see.
concerned when I see
Ooh,
arachnids tattooed on you,
Yeah, she
scorpions,
has a beetle on her.
spiders.
Any insect?
yeah.
No, venomous.
Okay.
It's signaling.
Mm-hmm.
She has adorable dimples.
She does.
She does, but
Yeah.
that scorpion,
Yeah.
man, that's a tough one.
You know what's funny is just in her regular clothes, she looks so sweet and innocent.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
Funny, huh?
Let me see regular. What?
She might be sweet and innocent. We don't
Are
know.
you talking?
The,
Excuse
it's the one
you.
on the right.
Oh,
You wouldn't suspect.
No, no.
mm-mm. Mm-mm. I get that though. I mean,
Yeah.
same for me. you
I
know.
hope she's cool
Yeah.
with us talking about her. We haven't said her name,
Well,
so
she's delightful.
Nobody would know who it was. And, you know, there's lots of people with Beatles tattoos on their body.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our Patreon.
Well, so this is something new that we've started. We want to offer fans of the show some content and some things that they're not going to get elsewhere.
VIP exclusive stuff.
Yeah, so we're still formulating, trying to get ideas. I mean, it's only $10 a month. I spent that at McDonald's this morning for breakfast. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's very
And you can
affordable.
sign up now. We are going to just put our extra sugars in there.
Maybe screenshots of our personal texts.
Yeah.
just-
Just secret or some of our photos of ourselves, you know, just like Vivian's arm. You get Kev's leg
Right,
next week.
right.
Yeah.
Give them like
secret exclusive VIP
and we're thinking about
membership
doing like
privileges.
sneak peeks of upcoming shows. They'll get to hear like clips before anybody else gets to hear them. I mean, we do have a lot of super fans, and we do appreciate their support. And we're going to be holding other parties and events, and of course they'll have access to those. And I mean, we got all kinds of good ideas that we're throwing around. But
I think our next concert should be VIP members only. You have to be a member
yeah,
of our
Yeah, see,
SOSD Patreon
that
thing.
formula doesn't work when a certain type of girl shows up and says, "Well, I'm not a VIP member, but I'd like to go." And then Marcus is like, "You're in."
Guys, look at her photo.
I know.
Well,
Marcus
that
needs
was-
to put me in charge of that.
that was kind of like the girl from London today who messaged us. I saw her and she says, "Oh my God, yeah, I'm going to go enter." And I was like, "Well, we actually do have one airfare left." And oddly enough, it's cheaper to fly from London to Phoenix than it is from New York City to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right now.
Wow.
It's a straight flight. It's not bad at all. We had a late sugar daddy sponsor of the party who sent us enough for airfare, $800
Yeah.
for airfare for somebody. And so we're like, oh my God, we got another airfare. So we're going to treat somebody to it anyway. So she messaged this morning and she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to definitely enter. And I showed it to Alejandra. I go, yeah, she's in.
Yeah.
And she's like, what about all those other girls? Like, we'll figure that out. But this was it.
Well, she has to officially enter to make
Yeah,
it
no,
fair.
she has to
Yeah.
officially enter.
Also,
But-
you have to charge Alejandra the Patreon to do the advanced screening of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is she's like, I thought you were going to send all these to everybody to vote on. I'm like, oh, trust me, I already know how Kevin's going to vote. I already know how Dr. Charles would vote. Podcast fanboy, I know how they would vote.
Yeah.
Trust
you're,
me.
you're the innovator here, the leader. You got, yeah.
Oh, it's just because she's one of Marcus's exotic brown girls. I'm looking
Yeah.
at her Insta right
Let's,
now.
show it to me. Oh yeah, that's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's right up everybody.
I would say anyone's alley.
Yeah, that's true.
She's beautiful.
Why, you just got my blood going.
I'm more excited about her handbag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even her. Got a cute handbag
Yeah.
I
though.
bet she likes Pitbull.
Yeah. Oh, we did get another one, a late entry from somebody who said Pitbull's her favorite artist, one of her favorites. And she's a professional dancer, and she will dance to every song.
Is it the one that the video you sent us?
Yeah.
And she's very flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that in her photos.
She's attractive.
She has a great sugar dating story. Because when you enter the contest, you got to tell us one of the craziest stories.
Here's Marcus's vote right here.
That's my vote as well. Look at her, Marcus.
I'm sure he's already seen this.
Oh, my. Yeah. I think even Alejandro would like that one. All right. I'm going to read you her story. It's actually pretty crazy. So it says, what is your craziest sugar dating story? She says, well, I'm a professional dancer, and I had a sugar daddy rent out a theater for a private performance. It was the craziest thing anyone has ever done for me, and it was fun to choreograph something for him. And then, what topics would you like to hear on future shows? She says, an all-girl episode. Perspective from the sugar baby and sugar mamas out there. I think more and more females are getting into sugar dating, but have a negative stigma around it. I think having an all-girl episode, even if it's just an extra sugar, would be fun. What do you guys think of that?
I think that's a good idea. But
Great
at some
idea.
point, I think your show should be hijacked. Like
Oh, yeah.
one episode, girl takeover,
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy at the helm, or she's
Yeah.
too ADD. But someone, Vivian, you could do it. You could lead the.
Yeah,
the
I don't know. I know. Was it
between the
Angie?
two of you,
Angie
Yeah.
and I had a great time
Right.
last time. I
where
really
they toss
enjoyed
you
that.
out, Marcus. They're like, get out.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
girls only.
What do we hear from Angie? Anything?
She's just really busy with her
Busy.
business, and she's going to be at the party, of course, but
Have you guys hung out with her?
No, we
Not-
haven't been around.
We just got back.
How about those Diamondbacks in the World
Oh
Series?
my God.
Oh my God.
Can you believe it?
so here I'm torn, getting into a little bit of sports talk, and this episode will come out after it's all said and done, but I grew up a Texas Ranger fan.
Oh yeah.
As a kid in Texas, I used to go to the games. Nolan Ryan sat on his bike, and back then it was just that was all my life was Texas Rangers. And then I moved out to Arizona in 1997 and 98, the Diamondbacks start, and then 2001 they win the World Series. So I kind of grown up with the Diamondbacks
Mm-hmm.
and just a huge fan of the Diamondbacks. So now my favorite two teams are playing. I've always been able to root for both teams because they're in different divisions.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a dilemma. But now you have to pick. You have to draw a side.
It'll have to be Arizona.
He already chose.
Yeah, it'll
It has
have to
to
be
be.
Arizona. But you know what? If the Diamondbacks don't get it done,
yeah.
I'm not so sad.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
But I'm definitely rooting for the Diamondbacks.
Now, do you think there'll be an influx of girls pouring in here for the World Series, like
I don't think
the
so.
Super Bowl?
No, this isn't like the Super Bowl. Now if it was like the Yankees or the Cubs or somebody like that, well, of course they wouldn't be playing here. But I don't think there's a lot of out-of-towners coming back in town
Not
for the
a
Diamondbacks.
bunch of hot Texas gals
Ooh, you know what?
Maybe.
in a
You know what?
truck
There-
driving west.
There could be a lot. Because it's been a long time since the Rangers were in the World Series, and they've never won it. So this is their opportunity.
Yeah.
Go Arizona.
Sexy groupies.
I'll
What
tell
about-
you what, Lily and I and Trucker and Alejandra went to a game. And
Wait,
matter
the
of
four of
fact-
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
matter of
man.
fact, I was worried I wouldn't have my voice back. I didn't have my voice until a couple days ago from yelling at that game.
Really?
It was so amazing. Yeah.
It was exciting.
It was
and we
exciting.
won.
Well, yeah, that's why it was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Billy Joel? We
Yeah,
looked
that's
into
coming up. We got to figure something out. It won't be a big sugar dating party, but
Oh,
it'll
okay.
be.
Why not?
this. Yeah, exactly. Why
'Cause-
not?
Probably because it's too soon.
It's very soon, and I'm broke. Do you know what kind of bank we're putting in on this party?
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, we've got a good budget for this one, though.
Yeah. Would this episode come out right before it?
This episode will probably come out right before it or maybe
You should
after.
advertise on the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys heard about the sugar daddy thing that happened there in Vegas at the Sphere, right?
No.
No.
What?
You didn't read that?
No.
This just happened. It's been in all the news. So the sugar daddy met a girl there, and they were somewhere, and she wanted to put her purse into his safe, so he gave her the code to the safe. So the next morning or whatever, right? So now she knows the code of the safe.
Yeah.
So then they go to the U2 concert at the Sphere, and she excuses herself to go to the bathroom. 15 minutes later, he texts her and it's like, hey, is everything okay? Gets no response. 50 minutes later, he calls the hotel to lock down the room.
Oh boy.
He goes in there, $50,000 of cash
my
is
God.
gone, $7,000 of casino chips are gone. She's gone.
Man.
Anyway, police caught her and they recovered a lot of it. Not
Because
not
of
the
cameras
100%.
or what?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah. I think it was through the cameras. They
Cameras.
showed her leaving the room.
Wow.
But
That was the weekend we were there.
yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube or the first weekend.
Well, I
or
think they're
something.
doing.
Yeah, they're doing loot.
Yeah. So she excused herself to go to the bathroom to go loot his room
Clever girl.
and get out of there. But yeah, this has been in all the news.
Oh, how funny.
I'm surprised you guys didn't see it. This is headlines. So
Well, that's about the street smarts, right? You always have to keep your wits about you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Vegas, there's a lot of crazy things happen. So I play in the World Series of Poker every year, and there's tons of money around. Guys are entering tournaments that cost $10,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 just for a seat, right?
To get in.
To get in. So there's lots of cash. Winners are winning millions of dollars, and it was at the Rio. And of course, they have this bar they call Hooker Bar.
Why do they call it that?
Why? Why would they call it
Is
that?
it, they serve fish?
Yeah, that's why that's why they call it Hooker Bar.
I thought that was the Bellagio.
So anyway, girls are well known for meeting men, taking them back up to their hotel room, slipping them something, and
on?
and the men wake up with everything gone.
Oh, no, I don't like
It's
that.
happened multiple times. Very common.
They
for
don't
that
wake
to
up very
happen.
satisfied.
Huh?
They don't wake up very satisfied.
I mean, you could at least just,
I mean, you could have just,
Yeah.
blow them on the way out.
yeah, on the way out, just a
Right.
little handy.
You
Spit
know,
on it.
like, so you can tell your friends, like, there is a good side of the story. There's
Yeah.
a silver lining here.
Yeah. So be careful out there, all you sugar daddies. They're not always what they seem.
Well, there was a thing a long time ago, like 5-7 years ago, about some super wealthy guy on a yacht that got murdered by his sugar baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
I
like a
do
Google
remember this.
executive
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens. Vivian,
Mm-hmm.
no dark thought coming from you though, right?
Oh,
I
she has
mean,
thoughts.
I have thoughts. Not in those ways.
Yeah.
I have other kind of dark thoughts.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know before we end: is the sex swing back up?
Not yet.
No.
Well, we
Not-
did put it up.
We put it up
Yeah.
and used it, but then we went back out. We left again town.
Yeah.
And so now
Oh,
we
it'll
have
go
a-
back up. Yeah.
It
Oh, yeah.
will. Yeah. We might need to use it right soon because we've been working out a lot. So it makes things easier sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because you have to do when we were in Nashville, I was like, let's get her to do some work. So she's on top. I was
Yeah.
like, let's set the timer.
So
Mhm.
Kevin, I have to
I did
ask.
a lot of work.
So one of our affiliates is OMG Yet. Have you downloaded the course?
No.
Ever taken it? Well, you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a one-time fee.
Yeah.
We'll make $15 off of it
All
if
right.
you do.
I'm doing it.
And it will teach you how to pleasure a woman properly.
Well,
Now, Vivian,
I mean-
I'm open to it.
now I know Kevin's doing a great job,
He's
but do you
doing
think
a
there's
great job.
anything he could improve on?
In the sexual realm?
Yeah.
No, but I will say last night, I was making a joke about it. Like sometimes we'll make a comment and go, "Hey now," like if a girl were to, if I were to drop something right now and
Yeah.
lean down in his lap.
Does he still
it's
call
like,
you a
"Hey
good
now."
girl?
Sometimes.
Depends if she's a good girl or not.
Yeah.
I think
But-
she's a bad girl. I see her vaping over here.
I know. We're very healthy everywhere else. Okay.
The
You
two
got-
of you.
I know. But okay. So last night he's like tossing and turning, and then he doesn't have a shirt on, but he still has like his pants on or underwear, and then he takes them off, and I'm like, "Hey now."
Hey now.
Hey now, like, and then we went to bed.
Yeah.
I was thinking that's the move. Like he's getting undressed and he's going to turn over,
Yeah.
So it's not improvement. It's just, that's fault of me getting too excited.
False advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got too
or-
excited. He got naked.
It's teasing. Listen, I'm all about continuous improvement.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interactive. So
Oh.
I have it on my phone. Here's what's really funny. I was at this fast food restaurant, kind of like Burger King or
Yeah.
whatever. I'm sitting in a booth and I have this app on my phone and it's interactive. So it like literally shows you a vagina and then you move your fingers around it and like
Oh.
areas, the lips move and things move. And,
And
it'll
she
say,
moans
and
approvingly.
and she'll
Okay.
tell you faster, slower. Oh no, that's too fast. No, slower. That's just right. Now keep up the pace. Don't,
That's
Okay.
a good boy
and
right there.
yeah,
Yeah. I like
until,
this.
she finally gets there. And,
Huh.
Do you get points?
yeah.
Now
Should
can
be like an arcade
can
game.
like
Yeah.
can your girlfriend fill one out, do the same one but it match so you know what she likes?
Well,
you know?
what they've done, it's a very well done app and program. What they've done is they've interviewed hundreds and hundreds, like I think thousands of women, and they'll say 76% of women like this and approve of this method, or
Okay.
68% have found that they orgasm this way, or whatever. So obviously it doesn't work for every one of them, but they're saying the majority. And so if you're working on a woman and it's just not going there, then now you kind of have some alternatives to help.
Well, I have no complaints.
Yeah.
Hair pulling app?
Hair pulling app. All right.
Maybe you could create that.
There's a technique.
Yeah, there is a technique.
Yeah. Let's see.
Viv could be your model.
Yeah. Why did you all of a sudden go red in the face, Vivian?
Anyway,
if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories like Vivian and Kevin and I just did, and we have more, go to our website at secretsofasugardaddy.com and follow us on Instagram. It's getting a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy the new reels and all the posts. And then we will put a link to the Patreon underneath each episode, and it'll also be on our website. So you can help support the show there, and you'll get access to lots of fun content that nobody else is getting access to.
Message
right,
us your ideas.
Yeah, message
on what
us
you
your
want to
ideas, so.
see, hear, and purchase.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, Kevin, Vivian, check in soon.
So good seeing you guys.
It's a pleasure as always.
Yeah.
always a pleasure.
And the concert's just around the
Yeah,
corner.
right. And Lily?
First things first, we got to see that first game of the World Series.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's going to be fun. All right. Until next time, go D-backs.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.